Jesus, I cannot believe that this video is what I'm making today, but hello friends and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alexis Barber and this is my LA apartment. So I moved here about 6 months ago from New York with the intention of being bi-coastal. And if you don't want to hear the backstory, skip to this timestamp. I'll list it below so you can just see the place. But essentially, I moved here about 6 months ago with the intention of being bi-coastal, as in keeping one apartment here and one in New York, because I'm technically based in New York for my job. I work at YouTube actually on YouTube Shorts, which is really, really fun. And it just came to a point where I had to decide if I was gonna do New York or LA. And I always knew that this time was coming where I was gonna have to decide which place to stay. And based on other like personal reasons, which are big life events that I'll be updating you guys on later this year, I decided to stay in New York. Mostly though because I take a big pay cut, 15 to 20% if I move to Los Angeles. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I didn't want to take that pay cut because the rent that I'm paying out here is actually higher than my New York apartment, so it simply wouldn't make sense to take a pay cut, move to where my rent is more expensive, even though, and the point of this whole video is that I love LA. I love this apartment. I loved living here. It's just not the right time for me to be in Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles is something for an older version of me, and I'll explain why after I show you the apartment. I'm gonna go into what I wish I knew about moving here, how to find an apartment here, as well as some of my favorite spots in the neighborhood. So I talked to my landlord about it, and two of my friends from New York who were moving here are actually taking over my lease. They're my good friends from college and they loved all of my furniture and stuff like that, so they're buying the vast majority of it, which I'm so grateful for. And it just goes to show the universe is always looking out for you, because I was definitely meant to move here, but I wasn't meant to stay here past this time, which is like, it's a little sad, it's a little bittersweet, you know? It's not good or bad, it's just what happens. So with that being said, that's the reason for why I am moving, and I'm excited to be back in New York. I love my life there too. I will definitely miss the slower pace and the quiet of LA, but I'm excited to get back to like getting shit done in my girl boss era. That is a joke, I hope you know. So let's jump into my 2-bed, 2-bath Los Angeles apartment tour. So when you first come in the door, there's this like tiny window, and this is a really big room. As you can see, this room is actually, I think, the size of my New York City studio. So this right here is a fun little area that I didn't really know what to do with, and I landed on these bookshelves. Not obsessed with it, but you know, we'll see what happens. But I got all these cute little decorative items, some books. This chair is from Anthropology. I'm obsessed. Also, of course, I will be linking everything down below. Anthropology chair, and then I use this as sort of like my catch-all dish right here. I have some crystals in there because you can't live in LA without crystals. And then this is the main living area. And then when you turn this way, there is the dining area and kitchen, closets, and then the hallway with all the bedrooms. So here we are in here. Oh my god, I love this layout. I had it different. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know I had the layout a little bit different. I had it switched for the majority of the time I lived here, but when I switched it to this, it just really made the place feel a lot more homey, so I'm so happy I did. But this rug is Urban Outfitters. Couch is from Coleman Furniture. It's like a Restoration Hardware dupe, and they have a firm, which is what I used to buy it with. Then these cute little prints back here, and then this is probably my pride and joy best thing I bought for the apartment. Real Italian marble table. Like, I'm obsessed with her. I love her so, so much. So sad to be leaving her, but she is literally 600 pounds, so I couldn't take her with me. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. And then this area, so this is the other side. Hello, me. Mirror Urban Outfitters. Hutch is Anthropology, and I love this. This is actually something I'm really disappointed that I can't take with me forever. I will say, I furnished this apartment with the intention of staying here and being able to go back and forth and then moving all of this stuff with me for my life. So I invested in it. Unfortunately, that's not the way it shaked out because I ended up having to leave before I would be able to move into a bigger apartment, which I plan on doing later this year. And because the people who are taking over my lease are my friends, I'm happy to sell it to them, you know? But a lot of these are investment pieces because that was like my frame of mind when I was buying them, and I'm really sad that I can't take them with me, but I don't feel bad about it because I'm still getting a good deal. I'm pretty much getting my investment back, you know? Anyway, this olive tree is from Amazon, and I used to be so against trees and plants in the house, but I do think it really elevates the space. Frame TV, and then this mirror, and then that is sort of the overview of the living area. It's so cozy. This place has air conditioner units in every room, and so I have it on heat right now because it's freezing in LA, but yeah. Then this is the dining area. Let me turn the lights on for you. So I wanted to do like a whole gallery wall situation on this. Also, this is a really deep coat closet that just has a bunch of boxes in it. Don't look. But this is the dining area. This table is from Anthropology. Literally the most beautiful thing I've ever purchased. And these chairs are from Amazon. And then this is something I love. I really wanted it for my place, but I really don't think it's as good of quality as as it costs. Like, this came incorrect. There were scratches on the wood. Like, I just wouldn't really recommend buying it if you are in the market. But it's my like bar cart drinks cabinet. And then this is the actual kitchen. So it's sort of a galley kitchen. I'm obsessed with it. I really loved all the storage and everything in this kitchen. So we've got all my appliances, my Bonbon advent calendar, everything here. And then I loved having like this for all my baking stuff. I have a Lazy Susan guy, which is so fun. Oh my god, packing up, this is a nightmare. And then so much storage, my double door fridge. Clearly this is all I drink is sparkling water. And I do love this kitchen so much. Another call out here, that's one of my favorites, are my plates on my dishes. These are from Fable, which is like a sustainable like ceramics company, and they sent it to me and I'm obsessed with them. Highly recommend. Their dishwasher safe and really excellent and gorgeous. So now we'll go into the 2 bedrooms, and I want to tell you guys why I got a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom. One is because there was the potential that Jeff is my boyfriend, was gonna spend a lot of time here with me, and we both work from home, so we would need an office. 2, I just felt like 1-bedrooms, they're stupid because you just have a place to sleep and you have a place to do everything else, you know? I feel like if you have a 2-bedroom, you have a place to work, a place to sleep, and a place to relax, and so that's what I wanted, and in LA, I could afford that. In New York, still can't, unfortunately. Okay, bedrooms. Now I'm gonna redo this whole thing. So this is the master bedroom, okay? So my plan for this room was just to make it extremely zen and calm and white, only used for sleeping and relaxing, and that is what we did, and it's just, it's truly heaven. Anyone could fall asleep in here. So we have the soft frame bed. I love her. Brooklinen sheets, obviously, and then these are my favorite big king pillows from Target, Casa Luna line. I have them in my New York apartment too. So comfy. Highly recommend. And then I have these CB2 nightstands. They're fine. And then this CB2 dresser, also fine. I prefer my IKEA one, honestly, so whatever. And then these are floor-to-ceiling windows. No. Floor-to-ceiling curtains that are blackout curtains. So they have a little light showing through, but at night, obviously, it's dark in here, which is so clutch. And then this is temporary. This actually doesn't go here, but while Jeff was here, we needed to place some extra clothing storage, so this is there. And then this is a big closet in here. It's pretty much empty. And then this is the first bathroom. So it's really tiny, but I don't typically like use it. Like I just use it at night. And then this was Jeff's bathroom when he was here, but really cute. I did acrylic shelves in every room because it didn't come with medicine cabinets. And then same with doing stuff like this to hold things. And then cute little shower. So fun. Now let's go to the office. On the way to the office, we have the guest bathroom, which is actually the bathroom I use the most because it has more space. I like a tub, honestly. Pretty straightforward. One thing I didn't like about this apartment was the lack of storage in the bathroom. Simply because I'm someone who has so many products and does so much with, you know, content, it just wasn't good for me, so I hated that, but whatever, we survive. Still a beautiful bathroom. And then in here is the cloffice. So I was so lucky to work with Cosmopolitan Living to design this like wall cloffice in here, and I'm so sad to be leaving it. Like, probably the worst part about leaving is leaving this beautiful room. Like, it's just so zen, so inspiring. I love her. In this side, I had all of my favorite clothes, stuff like that. This was a place to do makeup. If you guys want to shop these, I'll link them down below. They're on Amazon and they're pretty affordable. They're like $300 each, which, or $200 to $300 each, depending on what you need. And compared to IKEA, that's actually a very good price for like the design of it. So highly recommend. And then this side has all these drawers, which was so great for storage. And then this is my desk where I would work, well, where Jeff would work because I would be outsourced to the kitchen to work. But this is CB2 and CB2 as well. I really love this desk chair. I think I might replace my desk chair in New York with this one. And I really like the look of this desk, but if you are someone who is really into like, I don't know, always wanting things to look clean, the fact that it's all open honestly was more frustrating than it was cute because I wanted to be able to like actually grab things and I couldn't, and that was annoying. And then this is a pull-out couch actually from IKEA. Such good quality. I love her. And so it's a pull-out queen bed. So when I had friends over, they could sleep in here and it was like super seamless, and I would recommend it. I think it's like $800. It's from IKEA. It's called Harlanda sofa. And then this was a walk-in closet, and it's literally a disaster. There's inventory for my small business shop us at Too Collective, but it's a mess in here. So I think that is the full tour. Well, we have a storage closet here, which is huge, as well as a washer dryer in here. So much storage, so much space. It's truly like the best apartment, and I'm sad to be leaving, but let's talk about LA. So when it comes to moving to LA, here's what I would recommend. First of all, it's very different from other places in that when you reach out to someone on apartments.com or whatever, they don't really get back to you very often unless you decide to live in one of the big like corporate complexes or whatever. And I looked into that, sure, but like I really wanted a place with more character. So when I was looking for a smaller place with more character, that's when I came across this place. This place is newly renovated, so it doesn't actually have a lot of character at all. But what I liked about it was the space and the location. So I think the big thing about LA is that you really do need to come visit, like probably a month before you want to move to actually find a place, because you need to be calling people, you need to be driving around the neighborhoods you want to live in, and most people are just putting for rent signs outside of their buildings, and that's how they're getting their apartments, or they are taking over the lease like my friends are doing from me, or they know somebody here who can refer them to a building. It's a lot less streamlined than moving to somewhere like New York. So I would definitely recommend a weekend trip to come find a place if you are planning on moving here, or at least having people go look at places for you. When I was looking, I probably emailed like 10 people on apartments.com. One got back to me, and he got back to me, and then he was like, oh, I actually own 2 other buildings. Why don't you come take a look at them? And those buildings were not on apartments.com, and that is how I found this place. So that's really what I would recommend. Like when I reached out to 10 people that day, but like 20 people total, 2 callbacks. So you should just keep that in mind. Another thing about moving here is, do you need a car or don't you need a car? I do think that to get the full 100% LA experience, you do need a car. I don't have a car. I lived here without a car and it was totally fine, but I chose to live in a very walkable area. I live in West Hollywood, and so that made it really easy for me to walk to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Target, UPS store, everywhere. So it was very easy for me to get around. And I would say that, like, if you live in West Hollywood, sure, you don't need a car, but the issue is, for me, my office is in Playa Vista, which is near the airport, so like a 30-minute drive. And that was something that I was like, I can't go to the office as much because I don't have a car, and it's a $30 to $60 Uber to get to the office, you know? So it's, you pick and choose, honestly, but I would say if you do want to move here and you cannot drive, I would move to West Hollywood, or Santa Monica is also a place. It's a little more expensive. It's right on the beach, but it is where you can move and you don't need a car. Then the different neighborhoods. So West Hollywood is definitely more of like the scene area. For young people, it's also like a historically gay neighborhood. So keep that in mind. I loved living over here for the walkability, and it was like close to all of the things that I knew about, like Melrose Place and, you know, the Grove, all these things that are like quintessential LA. So it felt a little bit easier for me to, you know, easier for me to grasp. But the other neighborhoods that I think are really like cute for like walking around, I would like go on walks in the Flats, which is like Beverly Hills, which is really close to me. Go to Larchmont Village. Like, there's lots of little like cute walkable places, but you do have to drive there to be able to walk around. I think every neighborhood is definitely a personal preference. I have friends who live up in Silver Lake, which people kind of describe as like the Williamsburg of LA. I can only describe it in New York terms because it's the only other place I've lived. I would say West Hollywood is kind of like downtown Manhattan. I would say, yeah, I think that's true. And then there's Beverly Hills, which is like unattainable luxury. There's like no apartments available there. Santa Monica, there's a lot of tech, like everywhere on the beach, a lot of tech bros live out there. And then if you have a car, people like love to recommend living in Mid-City or Culver City because it's really, really central and you can get anywhere really quickly. Lots of apartment buildings and great places to eat. West Hollywood is like the going out area. So there's tons of clubs and like dinner spots over here, which I really liked, but it didn't really interfere with my safety, which was really nice. The place that I think is most controversial, and I also spent a few weeks in a sublet in downtown LA. Downtown LA has the best apartments by far. They're the prettiest, they're the nicest, they're stunning. However, when I was there, I did not feel safe outside on the street. Like, I didn't. Like, there's a really, obviously in LA, there's a huge homelessness issue, and in downtown LA, it is very bad, and it feels very, very unsafe. So keep that in mind. People still like live there and like are fine 100%, but I am a very anxious person, so that was not going to happen for me. I think that's the basics on what you need to know if you want to move to LA. Overall, I love it here. I'll certainly be moving back when I can afford a $10 million mansion, I'm sure, aka never, but I will be moving back. I think my boyfriend and I really do love it here and want to come here long term and move in together out here, but I have some big plans that require me being on the East Coast for the next few years, and so I'll be over there. If you want to keep up with me, definitely make sure to subscribe, and if you want to hear more about my life, etc., make sure to listen to my podcast, Too Smart for This. And if you're real, shop the Too Cozy Robe from Too Collective, my brand. I don't have one here because I'm out here, but shop toocollective.com. We have sizes small through 5X, and let me know what you want to see in the next video. I love you guys more than anything in the world, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. So chat with you later.